Get down. I wasn't meant to do that. I'm talking to the bloody dogs. Now then, let's start that again. Fuck's sake. It's been a long day, people.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any love, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. What a start that was, eh? Oh, they're going to kick off here. Boys, no. Go on, out you go. I'll let you in for 2 minutes. You start bloody fighting. You mess me bloody intro up and what, man. Honestly, they say don't work with kids, pets, and whatever else. I can't remember the other one. But we're back. I hope you're all doing well. Please do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and of course, that's it, innit? That's it. As you can see, I'm not even prepared, ready, raring to go. It's been a long old day. But yeah, we're here on my lunch today. I listened to the Javi Gracia press conference. I like listening to him. He's a good talker. Says all the right things. It's really, really nice after what we had over previous times. So it's really good. And as the saying goes, Bomboya. Yes, indeed. Let's jump straight into it, people. Let's not mess about. Remember, you will have this now. Tomorrow you'll have your Chelsea preview. Javier Escula says, Joe, I swear down you're my PE teacher at school. I'm not your PE teacher, bro. I'm not. No, yeah. I don't work in your school as a PE teacher. There you go. I think you would know, surely. I don't know. Mad comment. Right, let's get into it then. So Javi Gracia was asked first and foremost, the win over Southampton, how, it was an important one. How do you keep the focus now for Chelsea? Obviously, a massive game for the weekend. Massive game for the weekend. Chance to do the double over Chelsea. I've not done my preview research yet, but I bet it's the first time we'll have been doing the double over Chelsea in a very, very long time. So there's the opportunity to do that, not in great form. But Javi Gracia responded good, with what he said. He says all the right things, as I've just said just a second ago. He says, look, we are focused on the next game. Fulham was the FA Cup, but it was good for us because we did many things well and we created chances and we were unlucky at times. I think on my post-match reaction, I sort of reiterated that fact that Leeds United played well, and it was refreshing to hear a lot of the journalists say that. Javi Gracia believe that. I've listened to a lot of podcasts today as well. The Phil Hay, One Square Ball, Inside Ellen Road, and I think everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet that Leeds United were actually the better side against Fulham. And I think on another day we win that game. And what it also does is give me confidence for when we have to go to Craven Cottage in the league. I do not fear Fulham. Don't think I would ever think that I would. But when you consider where they are in the league, how well they've been doing, to say now, when you consider where we're at, that you're not really bothered about going down there, and I think we could get 3 points and definitely come away with a point on another day we win that game. And Javi Gracia says we were unlucky at times. We didn't finish with composure. This is something that he mentions throughout, and of course he was asked because Leeds United in front of goal were pretty woeful. But like I said, unlucky because the Harry Wilson dive for basically the slightest of pushes by Weston McKennie, if that isn't given as a free kick and Leeds United score, we win that game. I genuinely believe we win that game. It's just one of them. It's fine margins. But he did say we didn't finish with composure, but I'm happy with the way we competed in that game. And Chelsea will be tough. They're a great team. We know Chelsea, I think, have scored 6 goals since November. When you consider the amount of attacking talent they've got, they're really poor. But it will be a tough game. Let's not pretend that. And then he was, a lot of Leeds fans, or not a lot, but some were negative after the Fulham result. And one of the journalists, I'm not sure on the journalist, he had quite a few questions. He got more than everyone else anyway. I don't know who it was, the guy at the start. It wasn't Tim Thornton. I'm not too sure. But he said, look, the 2 games you've played very well, in my opinion. You must be pleased with how quickly it's coming together. And he said, look, before I got here, they were together. Before I came, they just weren't getting the results. So getting the result against Chelsea is very good, but we need to keep going. We have to be demanding of ourselves always to continue to get points. And I don't think there will be any rest for the wicked under Javi Gracia. We'll talk on some tactical things that he was pressed on. For me, it was nice to hear him speak about specific opponents in terms of how he looks at certain games. One of the criticisms of Bielsa, of Marsch, definitely more so because he never got results, but they only had one way. Where it's clear for me, Javi Gracia has a number of ways. I think Adam Pope put the question, we'll talk a little bit on Chelsea now, and put the question to him about when a team struggles like Chelsea and the crowd being intense if they don't get off to a good start. And I will say that I remember seeing a stat that no goals have been conceded scored at Stamford Bridge in the opening 15 minutes. And I do believe, oh, hang on, my Wi-Fi's gone a bit dodgy there. That's something that hasn't happened for a long time, considering it's got Ethernet. Just bear with us one sec, folks. Something might have dropped out here. That's unusual. Oh, look at Jay Wells there. Jay Wells, my guy, doing some stats stuff for me. I'll use that, Jay. I'll use that. It looks like the Wi-Fi's sorting itself out. There we go. We're back. It's not the dogs this time. The dogs. Do you remember in my old house when the dog used to pull the Wi-Fi out of the socket? Wow. Those were the days. One of the mad things is when I moved in here, I got Virgin because Virgin's just sick Wi-Fi. But when the guy came, I made him climb on my roof. He basically had to climb on my roof, throw the wire over and put it in, because this is upstairs, and put it in through here so I could have my the box and the Ethernet right here. Because he was like, oh, I was like, well, mate, that's where I need it. So yeah, that's a good thing. But I do remember when the dog used to pull the Wi-Fi out all the time. It was not great then, Bill. But he was then asked, obviously, the way Chelsea are currently playing, the fact that the fans are not really feeling Potter, there's the opportunity for it to get very toxic and quick. So he was asked, how important is it to have an aggressive start? And I love this answer. He said, it's important to start very aggressive, continue to be aggressive, and finish aggressive. It's always tough at Stamford Bridge. It will be very demanding, but there's not going to be any let-off, is there? Leeds United are going to go and try get 3 points. Javi Gracia was pretty bullish about that later on when he was asked specific questions about points tallies and stuff, and what's the projected points tally, how many points does he think he needs to stay up, etc. And he was asked about that a little bit later on, and I loved his answer, and we will touch on that. He was then pressed a little bit more on Chelsea. What do you think of Chelsea? Just 2 wins in 15 games. He just said, listen, we don't focus on Chelsea. We have confidence in the work that we do. We are doing, we're not concerned with what our rivals are doing. Only concerned with what we're doing. It will be demanding and tough, and we need to be ready. He was asked as well about Potter about him getting some negative stuff. Obviously, Graham Potter's been speaking in the press about him getting death threats and it's affected his mental health, etc., which I can totally understand. No one wants to be receiving death threats, do they? I mean, bloody hell, that's just next level. I get stick on social media sometimes, and it can affect you. Not so much anymore because I've learned to grow thicker skin. But imagine getting a death threat. Yeah, can't be nice. But I think he. I don't know if he really understood the question because his answer was the only way you change his results. He's a fantastic manager, and I wish him all the best. However, I want to win the next game, and I was a bit like, that's almost a little bit insensitive. But I can understand that. I don't really think he understood the question. You know, he thought he was just answering it on Potter. I don't think he's saying, oh, well, the only way you can stop getting death threats is by winning football games. I mean, but I think that was just maybe a breakdown in communication. He's actually got a decent record against Chelsea as well, because he was asked about the last time he played Chelsea in the Premier League. And you'll be happy to know, folks, he beat them 4-1. He beat them 4-1. He was asked, do you remember that and how you did it? And he went, of course, I remember perfectly. I will never forget that because obviously it's a massive result to get to beat Chelsea 4-1. Jesse Marsch will remember when he beat Chelsea 3-0. I think we as Leeds fans will as well. And the mad thing is he actually said it was my second Premier League game. It was my second Premier League game when I went to Watford and also my third game, because they'd also played in the FA Cup as well. So if you're a little bit of one of them, lightning strikes twice, all that sort of jazz. It was his third game. It will be his third game for us. It was also his second Premier League game. And it is our second Premier League game. So he's obviously tuned into that. And they beat them 4-1. So more of the same, please. It'd be nice if Leeds United could not only do the double over Chelsea, but actually take them to the cleaners like we did at Elland Road and maybe be the final nail in Graham Potter's coffin. It was his third match at Watford, but second Premier League game, wasn't it? Because he played in the FA Cup, his first game against Southampton, where they lost 1-0. But his third match, which is also his third match for us, but his second Premier League game. I agree with you, Jamie. We've got to go to Stamford Bridge and expect at least a point. I agree with you, mate. Dog's kicking off. Boys, pack in! Stop it. Honestly. He was then asked about Rutter. Obviously, I think we as fans, we touched on it on the final word. Big up to everyone on the final word. It keeps getting a lot of love. Big up to Kate, who hit the 1,000 subscribers as well. She's been a great addition. So that's great to see. And thank you for everyone who went over. James, you're right. Thiago Silva injured as well. And he's a massive, massive part of what they do defensively. Koulibaly's not the one. I do like Badiashile, though. Can't lie to you. I do like Badiashile. But yeah, Koulibaly's just not been the one. And without Thiago Silva at the helm, it's going to be tough for them, which is mad when you consider it's Chelsea and they spent nearly, what was it? 100,000 million or something? 20 billion, something like that. But it was asked, were you satisfied with Rutter? Does it give you a headache for the weekend? Will it be Bamford? Will it be Rutter? Could it be both? And he did say there's an option there to play two up top. We have seen him play that slightly, you could argue, outside of possession without the ball when Aronson was up alongside Bamford, but I don't think in possession it was a two. It was more Aronson just slightly behind him. I think with Rutter and Bamford, you might see more of a what's the word I'm looking for? More of a normal. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Traditional. More of a traditional 4-4-2. But he said, I was happy with Rutter, the way he played. I was unhappy for him that the goal was disallowed. It's so soft and it changed the game. He mentioned that as well. You could tell he was frustrated about that decision. And he did say, look, next game though, yeah, we could go two up top and it would be a good option to play with two up top. He also threw in Aronson in the mix, Rodrigo, Bamford or Rutter. So he spoke about all four of them and it's clearly he sees Aronson just off Bamford perhaps. And I don't think he can drop Aronson because he was great against Southampton. And he was really, really good against Fulham when he came off the bench. But I also liked Rutter. And I do think if Bamford can occupy centre-backs, which he likes to do, if he can occupy centre-backs, but then also bring someone like Rutter in who's so good, running in behind with pace, etc., I think it will be a good partnership. It will be a good partnership. He had a great partnership at Watford with Andre Gray and Troy Deeney. Andre Gray, pace to burn. Troy Deeney, great at holding the ball up. Could we see something better, similar between the two? Maybe. And he did say, look, the next game, though, it's a good option. Maybe we will play two up top. But he did mention Aronson and stuff. And listen, Javi Gracia, one thing I will say for him, he does not give much away. He does not give much away. Bielsa maybe gave away too much in the early stages, then changed it a little bit. Jesse used to come in and say, here's an injury update. Javi's not giving anyone any sort of chance to have more of an idea of what Leeds United are going to do. And I like that. I do like that. So I think it might have been Baron Cross said to him, you've mentioned playing two strikers. How does that work? How does that work specifically for the wingers? Because as we know, if we're going to go with a 4-2-2, let's say, for example, because I think maybe that's what Baron was getting at. Maybe wrong. But he mentioned, what does that mean for the wingers, if you like? Because if we were playing in that 2-2 and there were more, inverted cams or wide cams, if you like, what we expect from that 4-2-2 under Jesse anyway. And you could argue under Javi Gracia at Watford when he had I can tell I've been at work, can't you? When he had Will Hughes and Pereira, who's now at Udinese, part of the Pozzo family. Yeah, the script, but inverted, if you like. But they're more midfielders, right? Hughes and Pereira, not wingers. So I guess that's why Baron asked that question. And he said, to be fair to him, he said it doesn't change that much. They have to do defensive work the same way, and I don't want to limit them in terms of their one-on-ones, etc. So I'd still expect, if we were to go with Nonto and Somerville or Harrison and Nonto, whoever it is, I can't wait. To be honest, one thing I will say, I cannot wait for Cini and Rodrigo to play under Javi Gracia. That's one thing I will say. But he was pretty positive with the wingers, saying, listen, it's not going to change anything. It might change the defensive strategies, but in terms of when we've got the ball and we're being the aggressor, nothing's going to change. I do not want to limit them. Please do smash a like on the video as well. Philip Anderson's just said there's only 69 likes and there's over 300 people watching. So please do smash a like. Let's at least get 100 likes. We're on 80 as it stands. So please do smash a like. So then obviously we was pressed on the finishing. Obviously Leeds United have had issues finishing in that Fulham game and all season. Got a bit of the frog in the throat. I've had to have some chest sweets as well today because the people that I'm working with, a few of them have come down with colds. Maybe I'm about to get it. And my two daughters have been ill this week as well. So maybe there's something going around again. As long as I'm not ill like I was the other week. Do you remember? Oh, my God, man. That was rough. Anyway, he was mentioned about the finishing and how he's going to go about improving that. How hands-on are you in training? Do you get involved? Because we know some managers love to do the training. Other managers will just, pass it on. Do you know what as well, James? Just while we're on this, on about Enzo Fernandez, I've actually read or heard on a podcast, it might have been, that he's the most dribble pass player in the Premier League since he's come in. That's mad when you consider what they've paid for him. Maybe that's not his game, but still. I mean, you've seen that goal by Adeyemi in the Champions League. He just left him for dust like he weren't even there. You know what I mean? Mad. But how hands-on is Javi Gracia in training? And he said, look, maybe sometimes he misses the question, but he answered with what they do in training. He says we try to get the players playing in formations during training that they will play in the next game. So when situations arise, they are comfortable in them situations. And what it made me Swear down you're my nan, Joe. Just started watching. What do you mean? You're my nan? I don't know what you mean. But when I heard him say that, basically what he said was we in training, we play in certain formations so that when them formations arise in the game, the players are comfortable in them situations. And all that came into my head straight away was proper game plans. Jesse spoke about game plans like it was going out of fashion, and there was never any plan. Listen, I've been tagged in. This is what I'm saying. Do you remember when we all thought they all loved Jesse? Do you remember when and no one said thank you to him and all that sort of jazz? And when he threw shade at Bielsa and all that, but people were gutted when he went. But no one's mentioned anything about Jesse. And you're even seeing in an interview by Tyler Adams when he's digging out Jesse's tactics. He's basically digging out Jesse's tactics without saying, I'm digging out Jesse's tactics. Do you know what I mean? And that's his guy. Do you remember everyone would go, oh, once Jesse leaves, all Americans will leave. You know, there is players. Now they're coming out and saying, oh, no, I'm well impressed with Javi. You know, he wants us to actually keep the ball a bit and be more balanced instead of just running towards goal. Do you know what I mean? Running towards goal all the time. So I remembered game plans and I thought, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing. If you've not seen that Tyler interview, Toby, what I'll do is I'll quickly retweet it. Make sure you watch it after you've watched me, though. Just give us 1 sec. And I'll retweet it. I already have. Yeah, so he was interviewed for BBC and he was just asked about the differences. And he said, basically, yeah, we don't get the ball and just run towards goal all the time. And yeah, anyway. Mr. Dodo, I think you're wrong. Shall I tell you why you're wrong? I don't know if you've seen the final word the other day, but I'm gonna show you something. I'll tell you why you're wrong. Well, you can already. I mean, we already had in one game against Southampton the highest pass completion rate we've had all season. That again in one training session is changed. But I think this is the most enjoyable thing for me as a Leeds fan seeing this, because one of the things that Javi said when he came in was to want to make Leeds defend well and better. And you can see here, these are the amount of shots that we've limited both Southampton and Fulham to in 2 games, just 15 shots. The goals of 0.6 xg and 0.04 xg per shot, and you can see we have limited them to next to nothing. You know, you can see the size of the circles as well, which equate how big of a xg chance they were. The biggest one being this one here. May have come to Mitrovic potentially, although he was offside, but it's still a chance given. But if you look at the rest of them now, if you were to look at previous games, you and me both know that it'd be a lot different to that. And as I say, in one game against Southampton, it was the highest pass completions rate we've had all season. He came in to shore us up defensively, conceded the 3rd most goals in the league. Look at that. Yeah, so let's not say that he hasn't changed anything, because he has. The data's there to prove that. The performances are there to prove that. I mean, we won a game, man. We haven't won in 10. And Mr. Dodo, if you didn't mean it like that, then I apologise. But I suppose it's for everyone, innit, if they don't think it has changed, because that's what everyone said. Even when we won a game, a Jesse Pipe smoker actually came for me and went, it's exactly the same. I was like, eh? Anyway, it is what it is. But listen, he was talking, and Arthur Bushby says, you've got to score in the comments. And that's true as well. And he was asked about finishing. Can you coach it? Can you coach finishing, Javi? Is that something you can do? Because we need them to be better finishers. And he says, look, it's my work to do that. This is what I am paid to do, in effect. I have to think I can do it. He has to have that mentality that he believes that what he does on the training pitch is gonna equate to in the match. He's not going to stand on the touch like an absolute clown going, they're scared. They're scared out there, man. They're scared. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to do, both in front of the fans, the rest of the players, the rest of your coaching staff. I don't know. It's a mad one. But Javi says, I have to believe I can do it. First, we must create. This is what he's saying. We must create the chances. And I'll always remember, and this is why I do like Bamford. Bamford's first season, I wanted rid of him. And then I started to listen to All Stats, aren't we, actually? And they used to say, it's all about chances. If you're getting in the right position, eventually it'll come. And that's where XG comes into it and all that sort of stuff. And he said, first, we must create. And if that means creating better chances for the scorer to make it easier for them to score, then we need to do that. But individually, we need to do more work as well and give the players the confidence so that they're secure in their moments, to not take a snapshot, to not overhit a pass, to not panic. Because no disrespect, for me, the last 18 months, all they've been doing is panicking. Because that's the kind of ball that Jesse wanted them to play. That's what he wanted them to play. Anxiety FC. We touched on it many times. Never get your foot on the ball and just go hell for leather 100 miles an hour. And I think maybe some of that is creeping into them. Do you know what I mean? Some of that is creeping into them. So it is, like he says, to give them confidence and security in their moments. Now, he did say, of course, I can't be with him in game. I can't be stood next to him whispering in their ears like that. Hit it with your instep, Bamford. Use your right foot. Stop trying to flick everything with your left boot all the time. Do you know what I mean? He can't do that. But mentally, he's got to help them. Like I said, not just berating them from the touchline going, they're scared, man. You know what I mean? Absolute fool. Fool he was. Fool. Yeah! Don't forget that. And remember, I always told you. Here's some more tactical stuff now as well. He was asked about the centre midfielders dropping in between the centre backs when we have the ball. Why do you do it? And this got my back up. And I'm going to tell you why it got my back up. None of these type of questions were ever asked of Jesse Marsch. And I know I need to get over it. Just like I need to get over Bielsa still. But why were these tactical questions never put to Jesse? Ever. And even when they were never pushed. I don't think my audio levels are aggressive. I've brought it all down, Adam. I'm sorry though, bro. I don't know why they were never drilled down like Javi's been drilled down. Did the journalists know that he didn't have a Scooby-Doo? Dylan says, what's this you're scared all about? Bro, Dylan, surely you know, man. Have you not seen the video clip of him? Where he was going, they're scared, man. You're not seeing that? Oh, man, it's horrible. It's cringeworthy. And this is what he's saying. Anyway, yeah, true, Stuart. They probably were told. Weren't they? Do not ask any tactical questions. Dylan, man, honestly, have a look on Twitter. I'm going to see if I can find it for you. I can't show the video. No, I would be able to show the video, actually, because it's just someone's phone. It's not like going to be copy struck or all. I don't know what I would search for on Twitter, though. Jesse scared? Someone find that, please. Someone must have it on Twitter. What do you search for? Jesse being a tit? I mean, loads of stuff will come up then. I don't know. Basically, someone took a video of him going, you're scared, man. They're scared out here, Chad. Yo, Chad. Chad, they're scared, man. Anyway, we move. But he was never asked these sort of questions, man. I tell you what I do remember. When he was asked what Leeds United were like, who they were most like, and he went, he thought for a bit, and then he mentioned Newcastle and Liverpool. Never, man. Never in a million years. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I probably should stop. You remember when everyone used to say to me, get over BLs, man. Yeah, see, it's happening. It's happening. Do you want me to talk about Bielsa again? But this is the point, though, right? This is the point. You can only compare with the most recent manager. Newcastle and City. Mad one. Us under Jesse Marsch, like City. Wow. Anyway, Hisham says, I've sent you the link, bro. Where have you sent it me, Hisham? I don't see it. I don't know where it is. Where is it? James, you've sent it me on Twitter. Where, bro? I can't see anything, James. Someone sent it me. Let's see. I'm not getting myself. We've got loads more to get through, but we get sidetracked, don't we? But it's all right. Someone just sent me a message. That's why I got waylaid, because I was just reading it. Where is it? James, you've not added me, man. Now you have, brother. Oh, is it a YouTube short? There you go. It's a YouTube short. Big up, James. Can I play it? Will you? Oh, man, I hate him. I hate him. Right. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this. I don't think you will. Let me see. They're scared. Oh, it's horrible. Can you hear that? Yeah, someone says it's actually your job to make them less scared. How do I watch again? Oh no. You're not going to be able to hear it, are you? Okay. What I'm going to do is retweet it. I'll retweet it. So if you you can't hear it. You can't hear it, unfortunately. Big up to James for tagging me in it. He just goes, "You're scared, man. You're scared." Everyone sent me the video now. Actually, I don't want to. How can I? Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to retweet it. I don't want it, but everyone sent me the short now. How can I? Let me see if I can turn my volume up. Maybe that will go. I'll take my headset out of here. Can you hear that? Yeah. Be able to hear that now, surely. Right, give us a second. I'm gonna share it with you. I've turned my headphones off. Right, here we go. So this is his tactical. They're scared. They're scared. Someone says it's your job to make them less unscared, which it is. Which it is. So yeah, listen. Anyway, this is what I'm saying when I'm talking about tactical nuances and stuff. Yorkie old Duffy. I think he's still in UK. So I think he's still in UK, mate, to be fair. Someone had a picture with him the other day before the Fulham game. Tyler Lee says there's nothing wrong with that clip. I mean, I disagree. And also, what I will say on the RB Salzburg halftime thing for Liverpool, I also got infused by seeing that. But the first thing he says is, you weren't making any fouls. Why have you not made any fouls? I mean, that's not the game for me. And I can see now, like aggression. Like, remember the red cards that we got in his under Jesse when he first came in. Stuart Dallas broke his leg challenging Grealish. Luke Ayling absolutely snapped Martinelli and got him sent off. Dan James also got himself sent off against Chelsea. And he said in his press conference about it being a byproduct of maybe getting them too pumped up. This is football, man. We're not playing American football out here, like where you need it. We're not playing rugby. It doesn't even have to be American. Like, that's what he said. Like, why aren't you fouling? That was one of them things on that video. Now, of course, they did come back, but they still lost the game 4-2 or whatever it was. But when he was coming in, I was hyped by it. To say there's nothing wrong with that, I disagree. You've got players ready to come onto the football pitch and that, and he's saying about his team, they're scared. But saying it in a way as if to say, I don't know what I can do, they're scared. Like, should we say, right, what do we do? You know what I mean? Anyway, we moved, don't we? Because, like I say, Javi Gracia was good. And this also moves, it's still Jesse. It's still Jesse because someone said to him, you mentioned that performances were okay before you came on. Before you came in, you mentioned performances were okay. And Phil Hay asked him that. So what did you want to change? And he said, I want to look for balance and be better when defending without letting the offensive actions fail. Now, one thing, when we were doing well, big up to you, Tyler Lee. I appreciate your opinion as well. When we were doing well under Jesse in games, we were so susceptible in transition. And that's changed now. We still are attacking well, more so against Fulham than Southampton, but we're also very, very solid. So that's what he wanted to change, and he's made them changes. Let's talk about the injuries. So he was asked about Strout, Cooper, and Vorby. He actually said, laughing, you're always concerned about injuries. You can tell he don't want to give all away. And he says, what I will say for you is they're all in the best place. And I don't want to inform you about my players. So I don't like to talk about injured players. So I'd rather not say. He don't want people to know where they're at. And I think it's the right way to go. He was asked about the chances being created against Fulham and the fine margins and how there's no lack of effort. He did say, look, no lack of effort, but we did lack quality. We did lack composure. But we do have such a young team. We just need to continue creating chances. But we do need to improve. He's aware of that. He mentioned how against Fulham, we had 16 shots in total and 12 of them were in the box. It's not good enough. He said, the stats are clear. Leeds did well, but football isn't about stats. And that's true as well, right? Like, I can sit here and say that, and people say, yeah, but Joe, we still lost the game. But one of his points was we just need to improve, we just need to improve the quality of the chances. Now, he was asked, how long does it take you to get the team playing how you want them to play? I know someone mentioned earlier on about maybe there not being changes. But he said, how long does it take you to get the team playing how you want them to play? And he says sometimes it depends on the players in a few days, but with time we can give the players more options. But right now we're only focused on the next game. You know, with time we will get better. And I think creating goal scoring actions better offensively will come. But first things first, defend well. And we've seen that in the both games. He was asked about them learning quickly. He said, yes, they're good players. They are good students. I like when he said that. They learn very fast. They have the right attitude, not just for with me, but for the club as well. They're all pulling in the right direction. He was asked, are you surprised how quickly they have adapted? And he says, look, I'll be honest, when I arrived, they worked many times before with different managers, and they did a good job, right? And I put in brackets here, they were just shit ideas. I'm just coming back to Jesse, but he was saying, like, they did a good job, i.e., what they were asked to do, they did well. That's how I read into that, yeah? What they were asked to do, they did well. And you could argue they did do that. Under Bielsa, they did what he asked. They wanted to change it. He told them no. They continued to do as he asked. We continued to get beat. He lost his job. Under Jesse, they did as they were told. So what he's saying is, whatever they've been asked to do, they did well. But what I am doing is giving them different options. We needed balance, and we did all the things we needed to do with the attitude, the quality, and the belief that they have. So, of course, I believe in them. With a good balance, with this way, we have more chances to get results. You know, we've been using different videos, different training methods, etc. So they're doing the right things anyway. It was just under Jesse, this season, they were doing all the right things. It's just because he said, look, I'll be honest with you. Look, I'll be honest with you is what he was saying. Like, they were doing what they were asked. It's just what they were asked was shit. That's the way I read it as. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm asking them, let's be a little bit more balanced. And and that also feeds into what Tyler Adams was saying. Do you know what I mean? In a roundabout way. We want to be more balanced. We don't always have to go hell for leather towards the goal, etc., etc. And just to finish up, and I liked this question, but not so much the question, more so his answer. And Elle says, I like Javi, but if we go down, who will be the manager? I don't think it is a good question, Gail Dale. I don't think it is. And the reason I don't think it is because Leeds United won't go down. Leeds United will not go down this season. I've said it many, many times since Javi came in. I have seen enough already to know that we are not going down this season. Clip it up. He was asked, figure in mind for points or wins. And he says, I have one idea. And it is a clear idea. The next 3 points. The next 3 points. We are just focused on today and now. We will not wait. We will not look ahead to the future and say, oh, if we win that game, get a point there, we can afford to lose this. He was pretty forthright when he said, now, next 3 points, we are just focused on today, and that is it. You know? And I love that. I love that. Totally fine. Totally fine. Javi will keep us up. Believe that. I know people say I wish I am. I am optimistic. I am optimistic. Now, I'm gonna share with you another reason as to why I'm optimistic. Some of you might have seen this on my social media yesterday. You all know I like to use this. I check it whenever there's been a Premier League result. But 5:48. Okay, so 5:48 after yesterday's games, have Leeds now finishing in 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th. They now have Leeds United finishing in 15th based on goals scored, goals conceded, results, etc. Now, of course, Everton battered yesterday 4-0. Battered. And it wasn't even like the floodgates opened. And it's not something you're used to seeing under Sean Dyche, but they look so frail. I watched the game. And then I switched over to see Liverpool beat Wolves 2-0 as well. And that's what that's done for the table, you know, in terms of what their predictions are. look, at this weekend as well, Nottingham Forest play Everton. Oh, that's a big game. That is such a big game. To be honest, like, I hope Everton get beat. And the reason I say that is, I just want us to get further and further away from the bottom three. Now, I did say before yesterday's games that Wolves and Everton get beaten, Leeds United win at the weekend, and that's, I'm there. I'm like, yo, that's fine. Yeah, but Jamie says anyone could beat anyone in the league, so I wouldn't use that as a guide. Well, don't use it, bro. But that's why I use it, because obviously anyone can beat anyone, but naturally over the course of the season, things even themselves out, don't they? That's why that gets used. Because it's like, for example, if Leeds continue to create the amount of XG chances we do, then we'll score goals. It's like, against, if we continue to defend how we have been doing, the likelihood is we'll keep clean sheets. Now, of course, you do get anomalies. Fulham was an anomaly because both goals are worldies. Both goals are worldies. So, yeah, listen, that's the current state of play. That is the current state of play based on most recent results. And look, it does change, because if we go back to, when did we play Everton? Was it here? Or here? Yeah, it was there. It was there, right? Or was it the week before? I'm not too sure. But yeah, obviously after last night's results, this is the current state of play. Yeah, listen, Everton Forest is huge. Absolutely huge. When does that game? Is it 3:00? Let me just have a look at the Premier League fixtures. They start Saturday, don't they? Where is Forest? Oh, is it Sunday? If it's Sunday, I'll be doing a watch along. I'll be doing a watch along of that one. Don't worry about that. Nottingham Forest versus Everton. Nottingham Forest versus Everton at 2:00. Southampton are at home to Leicester. Again, Leicester ain't out of it yet. I keep winding up locks. They're not out of it. Wolves are at home to Spurs. Brighton, West Ham, Villa, Palace. But look, I know it's mad when you consider we're away at Chelsea, but oh, come on, Matt. Do stats change every game played? Means nothing. Well, they do mean something, don't they? Come on. They do mean something. Come on. I get it. I know. Games played on the pitch and not all on paper and all that sort of stuff. But it's a good barometer. It's a good barometer. But listen, we'll leave that one there. We don't need to go down that alley, if you like. We don't need to go down that alley. But listen, massive weekend. Results went our way. If we can go to Stamford Bridge and even get a point, just give me a point. I'd take a point. After the results, just give me a point. I want Forest to beat Everton. I think that would be the best thing for us, surely. Just to keep them further down there. If they win and we don't win, then we're back down there. Yes, Forest will be pulled closer in, but yeah. Jamie says, what's the site saying for top 4? I'll show you, bro. I'll show you. Just bear with us 1 sec. Let me put it on today. I tell you what we'll do, Jamie, just to prove you, just to see. Looking at it now, give me your top 4. And don't cheat. Jamie, give me your top 4. And then I'll tell you what their predicted top 4 is. How's about that one? Let's have it. You give me yours. And I'll tell you what theirs is. Okay? Come on, Jimmy. You ain't got time. You ain't got all day, bro. City, Arsenal, Man United, Spurs, says Matt Leeds. I want to know City, Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal, City, Man United, Spurs. Yeah, Declan, I'm 100% convinced. We've got Arsenal, City, Man United, Newcastle. I'm waiting for everyone's putting theirs in. Liverpool's a bold shout. Stuart. I still think they might, though. You're right. And listen, this changes week on week, obviously, dependent on results. I don't know where he's gone, but he's not put his in. But this is what the predictions are. Oh, Jamie says it's there. Right, wait there. Let me get Jamie's up because he's the one ribbing me for using this site. Oh, okay. So you think it'll be that, yeah? You think it'll be that? What makes you think it'll be that? What makes you think it'll be that, Jamie? Do you think it's like based on stats and performances this season and goals scored and goals conceded, etc.? Do you reckon it could be based on that information? There's your top four. Oh, look, Jamie, you are a statistician. You are a statistician. But what it'll also do, you see, is give you percentages. So look, like Arsenal, City, 99% chance of getting Champions League, 83% chance for Man United, 42% chance for Spurs. Obviously, Newcastle 29, Liverpool 25, and Brighton, even Brighton have got 17% chance. Obviously, there, look, it says Arsenal are in with a 50 cent. 50. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. You know, man. You know. Come on now. So what does it say for Leeds United and relegation then in terms of a percentage? So it says at this point that we have a 23% chance of relegation. Obviously, that fluctuates, doesn't it? If we got beat by Chelsea and Everton win, then that'll change. But I just think it's decent to sort of follow through. You'll be safe to know we have a less than 1% chance of getting Champions League. So there. But this is the thing, innit? Everyone's forgot about Newcastle. Mate, they're dropping like a stone. They've not been playing well of late. They've not been doing well of late. Even defensively, not as good as they were. They've got City at the weekend. I don't think Newcastle get top four. And I think the confidence will be hit after the Carabao Cup. You got to watch Liverpool, but Liverpool have got to beat Man United on Sunday. If they don't beat Man United on Sunday, that'll change again. That will change again. Do you know what I mean? Even this site, honestly, I've been really enjoying it. I've been using it to never mind, to sort on my bets, but it gives you a percentage of how much I won't share Leeds' percentage to go get a result down there. They've got us a 21% chance of winning, 25% draw, and 54% of Chelsea win. Yeah, I don't agree with this site anymore. 548. They do all the leagues. Yeah, I agree with you, Tyler Lee. They're just falling, aren't they, a little bit? And yeah, they was always going to struggle to keep up with the pace. It is what it is. But listen, we've done nearly an hour. The site is 548. 548 if you want to check it out. Yeah, listen. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. I'll be back tomorrow. It'll probably be pre-recorded, but I'll do your Chelsea preview tomorrow. So I'll do my research while I'm at work, get your Chelsea preview out. Then obviously Saturday we'll be live from 2:00 for the big one. Leeds United. Come on, you must all agree now. Jamie, let's go check our percentage of Europe after the first 3 games. Let's do it. We're having fun here, aren't we? If we beat Chelsea, you've got to be thinking, do you know what? I think Joe might be right. I think we are staying up. Right, let's go back to start season. Right, one sec. What date would it have been when we beat Chelsea? When did we beat Chelsea? August 22nd? August 20. Leeds United results. Let's look. Someone tell me when we beat Chelsea. At that point, we were talking about passports and that, weren't we? Look. It'd been August, wouldn't it? 24th. That's EFL. 21st of August, right? 21st of August. On 22nd of August, 548 had us here. I'll show you. There you go, look. Mid-table. with a 13% chance of getting relegated and a 5% chance of getting Europe. And should we watch how the weeks change? Whatever they fucking win games. Oh, still there. Oh, starting to drop like a stone through September. Oh, pretty. Oh, there we go. October 26. And we moved up a little bit, results, but like I say, January moved up. I mean, to be fair, if we'd have followed this, I wouldn't have ever been worried, would I? I'd have always been going, we're all right, man. We're all right. Don't worry about it. 548 and all that jazz. Hey, God. Anyway, Joe, surely Potter saves his strongest 11 for the Champions League, I believe. But I believe we need to accept cookies to see us in the table. See what you're saying. Right, listen, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll also see you Saturday. I'll also see you Sunday night for the final word. Thanks for all the love and support on the channel over the past month, because it's been amazing. The numbers are massively up over that past month. So I just want to thank you all for your continued support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out now, yeah?